What's up, everybody? Let's talk about narcissism versus self-centeredness. I was watching a video the other day, and the guy was speaking about, he was saying, well, the video was about a reaction video, and the guy was saying that the lady was a narcissist because the lady felt like she was giving this guy a chance because she physically looked better than him. And he turned the tables on her and started treating her bad. So her remark was that, she was giving him a chance. And the commenter or the response guy was saying that this is narcissism. And I have a rebuttal saying that that is not narcissism. No, that is the truth. It could be a little egotistical, but it is the truth. See, the biggest thing about narcissism versus self-centeredness is grandiosity. See, somebody who's a narcissist has this big ego, well, this big grandiose or grandiosity about them. They're larger than life. They're bigger than life. They're bigger than what they actually are. That is what narcissism is, with other components along with it. Self-centeredness is being one of them. Somebody who's self-centered, again, it's just self-centered. They put themselves in the center of things. Conversations go on, they want to be in the center. They think life revolves around them. They're not necessarily grandiose or have this grandiosity about them. And also, the thing that differs them from being a narcissist is the need for validation and admiration. See, a narcissist needs validation and admiration. Somebody who's self-centered doesn't necessarily need it. They could give themselves validation and admiration. They just feel like they need to be in the center, or for some reluctant reason, they find themselves in the center of conversations or topics, or they believe they should be in the center of these things. So that's the biggest difference between being self-centered and narcissistic. I believe a lot of people just throw that narcissistic word around and they don't really know. You know, that's it. Uh, and if we throw the ego in there of this lady being a little bit more, could be egotistical. Um, it depends on your point of view and realism. Depends on what you call egotistical and what you defer as realism. A lot of people keep things real. A lot of people are confident, and they get called being egotistical or being cocky. It just all depends on who's viewing it. In my response, how I see it, she was being telling the truth, not necessarily being egotistical. So yeah, just be careful of the words that we use. We like these catch and these buzzwords and these big words and things of that sort. We just throw them around as if we know them, and we could label people wrong. So mislabeling people. So yeah, to me, that's the biggest difference between somebody who's self-centered and a narcissist. A narcissist needs validation, and they have this grandiosity about them. Somebody who's self-centered, they just believe they're in the center of things, or the world revolves around them, or certain situations revolve around them, or relationships revolve around them. They are self-centered, literally self-centered, and everything revolves around them. And somebody who's egotistical just has an ego, but egotistical could be to somebody who has a low self-esteem or no confidence, and then somebody who views them who has confidence could view them as being somebody who is confident. So it all just depends on the point of view and the reference point when we're talking about being egotistical. So, anyways, just want to make this quick video. Y'all be safe out there. Third Eye Rich. Love and blessings.